Hey everyone, it's Erin, and this is Waiting Moose. Tonight I'm going to be talking again about series, but this time it's a new series that I'm planning to do, and I'm calling this one the Clean Plate Club, basically. So finish what you started. As you all know, I have a large number of series that I'm working on. I believe the last count on my spreadsheet was like 79 or 80 series that I have books yet to read in. Oops. Of those, I'm catching up on some slowly, but then I add some at the same time, which is kind of counterproductive. This month, I have some statistics on what I did in August, how many books I read from series, how many series I've completed, how many series I started in August, and I've set myself some goals for September. So this is going to be a new series I do where I try to target some series that I really want to read or really want to finish up, and start working on those numbers for the number of series that I'm working on or currently starting, that kind of thing. So I'm going to start out by talking about August. In August, I read quite a few books. I read some nonfiction. I read quite a bit of stuff that wasn't series related. When it comes to series, I managed to get caught up on 2 series, and both of those are cozy mystery series. One of them is the Mel Turner mystery series by Juliet Blackwell. This series is really cool. So Mel Turner is a woman. She is a female contractor in the San Francisco area, and what she does is she restores old homes. But what happens when you restore old homes and you're talking about a paranormal mystery? Of course, she has the ability to see and communicate with ghosts. And essentially she ends up in these situations where she'll even be called in specifically for a house that's haunted, where the ghost is like preventing them from doing work. And her contractors go in and do the work while she goes and does the ghost busting part of it, which is really kind of cool and interesting. You see a lot of historic areas of San Francisco. Juliet Blackwell seems to know quite a bit, actually, about San Francisco. I believe she lives there, and 2 of the mystery series that I read from her, I don't know if she has more, but the 2 mystery series I read from her are both set in San Francisco and both paranormal. And really, if you were going to set something paranormal anywhere in the United States, San Francisco's kind of a good place to do it. So that was the one series I completed. I read the 7th book in that series. I was up to date before this year, and then the most recent book came out, so that was an easy one to get up to date on again. I also finished up a 2-book series, which is the Cypress Grove Mysteries, and this is a series of wine-themed cozy mysteries written by Carleen O'Neill and set in California wine country. I'm not sure which specific wine country. So I read the 2nd one in that series. It's good, but it's not great as a cozy mystery series. I don't know if there's going to be any more books in the series. So currently I'm caught up on those 2 series. Yay me! Yes, it was only 1 book each, but you know. At the same time, I started 2 new series this month. And I started one series which is brand new. I got the ARC from it, and it is Mary Ellen Hughes' A Fatal Collection. So this is a series of cozy mysteries that is set around a community called Keepsake Cove, and I'm not sure, I want to say it's in California, but I could be wrong. It may be on the East Coast as well. And basically, this is a little community of businesses that cater to the collecting community. And so these businesses, people die, and one of the proprietors of one of the stores, and I believe it's the Music Box store, ends up investigating these crimes, mainly because it's her aunt that is murdered. In the first book. It was a really good book. I'm glad I read it, and I guess that also counts as currently caught up, because it is also the only book in the series, but there will be more, I'm sure, because Mary Ellen Hughes tends to write a lot of cozy series, and she does a very good job of it. I also started the series by Julia Spencer Fleming, and the first book in it is called In the Bleak Midwinter, and it's about a reverend and his wife who solve mysteries. And I read this one earlier in August, so it's the first in a series. I don't know how many books are in this series specifically, because I just started it and it's a long-running series, so I'm kind of afraid that it's, you know, up around the 22, 23 books, and I've got a long way to go on that. But what can you do? So basically, in that book, the Reverend's wife discovers a dead body, and this is in a historic town, and she ends up helping investigate the murder as she tries to prove that the boyfriend of the young woman who was murdered is not the murderer. And there's a bunch of secrets that come out about the town. It was really quite interesting. I listened to that one on audiobook, and I enjoyed it. I think I'll be continuing with that series as well. Now, finally, in August, I read 5 books in series that, other than those ones, in current series. So these are 5 books that I read in series that I'm not caught up on and didn't just start in August. I read like 2 Walt Longmire books, an Andy Carpenter, which is a legal mystery, a legal mystery series that also includes a dog shelter, and 1 James Patterson, which I haven't read a James Patterson Alex Cross novel in so long that I don't know if it was the audiobook of it or if I've just outgrown James Patterson, but it wasn't my favorite. That was Violets Are Blue. And I read, the last one I read, it's from the Tourist Trap Mysteries, which is also set in California, and it is based around this little community that's built up around the tourism industry. So there's a dress shop and a bookstore and a coffee shop and all these other, and then an antique store, and murders happen, and the proprietor of one of the stores, of course, investigates as these things happen. That was my August. I think I did really good in August, especially since I didn't have any specific goals around this and I didn't have any idea of what I was doing. I hadn't put myself specifically toward cleaning up my plate of series. In September, I have some goals. I'm going to subtly reach over here and grab the piece of paper so I can read it. Classy. You didn't notice a thing. This year, I've decided that one of my big overarching goals is to get caught up on a series that you've all seen me reading quite a bit lately, and that is the Walt Longmire series by Craig Johnson. As I said, I read 2 of these in August, and I have more coming up in September. So this is, I've read 6 of the books. I'm in the middle of the 7th in the series, and he just released the 13th in the series. So I'm not doing too bad on this one. I'm like halfway through. This is the 4th book, but it's easy to hold up because it's on my bookshelf. So I'm pretty excited about that one. But obviously, I am not going to be completing that series in September. So in order to actually feel like I've completed something in September, I have set a goal to do something that I've been putting off. And that is complete the Discworld series. So to do this, I need to read, I believe, Raising Steam is the next one I have to read in the series, followed by a book with the cover to the front, The Shepherd's Crown, which is part of the Tiffany Aching series, and the Wee Freeman, the Knack MacFeagle. So those 2 books, if I can finish those in September, I will actually complete a series in September. And that will be this one. So those are 2. I was originally only going to have 2 goals for this, and then I got greedy and I decided that I would work on a 3rd goal, which is another lengthy series that I am very far behind on. This is the Anna Pigeon series by Nevada Barr. I have read 2 books out of this, and I have 17 remaining to read. So I really need to get on these, but I love them. They're set in the American national parks. So Anna Pigeon is a park ranger, and she goes around from, like, she's kind of like a, I don't know how you'd explain her, but she seems in every book she's in a different park investigating crime. So I have one of these books downloaded from the library on my e-reader for my road trip that's coming up soon. And then I have a couple of them on my shelf to read after that. So I'm really excited about that. So this month I have 3 series that I will be working on. And they're all series that I really love and I can't wait to get to. So that's my plans. I am going to spend the rest of the year focusing on cleaning up some of these series and trying not to start new ones. I haven't really set myself any specific punishments if I start new ones. I haven't done anything like that, right? Because I've got new series all over on that shelf that I could start, and this shelf that I could start at any time, and I'm trying desperately not to. So those are my plans. That's my series catch up, my series update. And this is the Clean Plate Club, or my Clean Plate goals for the month. I can't wait to see all of your TBRs, all your goals, all your wrap-ups, all of that. Let me know if you have any specific goals for the month of September. I'd love to hear them and know exactly, not exactly what you're doing, because that's creepy, but I'd love to know what you have planned for your bookish month. Have a great night, everyone. Bye!